What's going on YouTube? It's Casper here with you once again. We are going through 2021 rankings for position group fantasy football. Today we got tight ends on the list. Kind of a boring position group. If you don't have a top 5 tight end, you're really scrambling. They can win you or lose you weeks very, very quickly. We're going to do 1 through 14. 14 through 1, 15 and down is relevant. You're not going to get much out of what's down below 14. So we are going to start out today with number 14, Tyler Higbee from the Los Angeles Rams. 147 points overall, 9.8 per week, 15 games played, 61 receptions, 560 yards, 7 touchdowns. He was a huge part of the Rams offense for when he did play. He obviously missed 2 games. That hurt him, but it didn't hurt him too bad because obviously they had enough weaponry to make up for it. Number 13, Pat Freiermuth. I think that's how you say it. From Pittsburgh. He had 151 overall points, 9.4 per week, 16 games played, 60 receptions, 497 yards, 7 touchdowns. He was big for Ben Roethlisberger. He threw to him a ton. He made that offense go because obviously Big Ben has absolutely no arm, can't throw himself out of a paper bag. So Pat was definitely a big target for Big Ben. At number 12, Noah Fant, Broncos tight end from last year. 159 points overall, 9.9 per week, 68 receptions, 670 yards, 4 touchdowns. Played in 16 out of 17 games. He was a no-show. They had Drew Lock at quarterback, and they didn't use Fant like they should. Obviously, he got traded to Seattle, so we'll see what he's going to do. He has Drew Lock again for quarterback, so probably not much better. Number 11, Dawson Knox from the Buffalo Bills. 164 overall points, 10.9 per week, 49 receptions, 587 yards, 9 touchdowns. The 9 touchdowns is huge. If you have a tight end that doesn't score touchdowns, worthless in fantasy football. They don't have enough catches to be in your lineup for the most part if you don't have a top 15 one. Number 10, Hunter Henry. He was with the New England Patriots is where he was. 164 overall points, 9.6 per week, 50 catches, 603 yards, 9 touchdowns. Mac Jones used him as a security blanket. Bill Belichick, likes the 2 tight ends. Hunter Henry was the main tight end. He sits there at number 10. Number 9, Mike Gesicki. 165 overall points, 9.7 per week, 73 catches, 780 yards, 2 touchdowns. Was a huge part of that offense. Obviously, it opened up things for Jalen Waddle and Devontae Parker as well, as Gesicki's a pretty quick dude who can go up the seam quite a bit. Huge target for Tua to hit. Number 8, Dallas Goedert. Philadelphia Eagles tight end. 165 overall points, 11 per week, 56 catches for 830 yards and 4 touchdowns. Obviously, he missed a few games, but he will be a bigger part of the offense for Jalen Hurts next year, as he is a big target who's pretty quick as well. And he should be higher on the list next year, but we will sit and find out. Guys, I promise I will be better with animations and visuals as soon as I figure all that stuff out. Not very tech savvy, so until then, here is your stats for 14 through 8. Just so you guys have a little bit, if you want to stop the video and check out the actual stats, if I'm going too quick or not, there they are. Coming in at number 7, we have Rob Gronkowski. 171 points overall, 14.2 per week, 55 catches, 802 yards, 6 touchdowns. Obviously, Brady's favorite target, go-to target when you need a big play. Gronk is there to save the day. He missed a bunch of games, but that's just going to be Gronk every year, all the time. But when he's in there, he scores a ton. Make sure you have a backup tight end for when he gets hurt and doesn't play, but when he does, Yahtzee. Number 6, Kyle Pitts, rookie from Atlanta. 176 points overall, 10.3 per week, 68 catches, 1,026 yards, 1 touchdown. Huge disappointment with the touchdowns. He scores even 4 to 6 touchdowns, and the dude is going to be 1 or 2 on this list. They didn't get him the ball as they should have. Obviously, he went over 1,000 yards, so that's good. But they could have used him a whole lot better. Matt Ryan, you were killing me out there. Obviously, he's going to have a new quarterback this year, whoever that might be, since Matt Ryan got traded. But Kyle Pitts comes in at number 6. Number 5, Zach Ertz, Arizona tight end. Obviously got traded. 180 overall points, 10.5 per week, 74 catches, 763 yards, 5 touchdowns. Came on at the very end. Got traded to Arizona from Philly and was Kyler Murray's security blanket. He had a bunch of catches at the end. He's going to be very, 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 very good next year, hopefully. And we will keep an eye on Zach Ertz. He could be Zach Ertz of old if Kyler actually decides to throw him the football as much as he should. Number 4, George Kittle, San Francisco 49ers tight end. 198 points overall, 14.1 per week, 71 catches, 910 yards, 6 touchdowns. One of the fastest tight ends in the game, one of the fiercest tight ends in the game. He can block, he can do whatever. Jimmy G used him a ton down the seam. We're going to see who's the quarterback there, but regardless, it shouldn't matter. If George Kittle's healthy, George Kittle is your tight end 1 with probably Trey Lance now. Number 3, Dalton Schultz. Kind of a surprise one there. 208 overall points, 12.2 per week, 78 catches, 808 yards, 8 touchdowns. The Cowboys were down at halftime by 50 each week, so they had to throw the football. And Schultz is a great route runner, as well as has great hands. So Dak threw him the ball a ton this year, and he will be back. He's coming off injury. He injured himself, so he'll be coming off injury this next year. But he should be a big part of that offense regardless, especially with how many times Dak throws the football each game. Number 2, Travis Kelce from the Kansas City Chiefs. Best in the game, in my opinion. Still the best in the game. He's a little bit older, but he is an absolute monster. 262 overall points, 16.3 a week, 92 catches, 1,125 yards, 9 touchdowns. Mahomes throws a million times a game. Travis Kelce catches the ball a million times a game. No matter what, he's getting his targets, he's getting his catches, he's getting his touchdowns. Travis Kelce, the man. And at number 1, Mark Andrews. 301 overall points, 17.7 per week, 107 catches, 1,361 yards, 9 touchdowns. Who else is Lamar Jackson going to throw the ball to? I'd throw it to him too if I was 6'5", 6'6", and can run like that and have a big catch radius as big as Mark Andrews does. Lamar keeps throwing him the football. He keeps catching the football. He's going to be fantasy relevant for as long as he wants to. And if Lamar keeps improving his accuracy and his throwing ability, Mark Andrews will have even more catches. So that is the 2021 rankings for tight ends. 14-1. Oh, let me show you. The. Let's see, 7-1. In case you want to stop the video and actually look at the stats. There they are for you. And guys, if you say Evan Ingram or Darren Waller, they are always hurt. They're so irrelevant. That's why I only went to 14. They're big names, but my goodness, they cannot stay healthy to save their lives. So don't even come at me with that. There are your rankings for the tight ends. We will have wide receivers tomorrow. And until then,